Welcome to the third video in the Solve Bigger Problems, Earn Bigger Rewards series. So far, we've explored why you should stop job hunting and start problem hunting, and how solving bigger, broader problems naturally leads to bigger rewards. Today, we're shifting gears. We're talking about education, but not the way school usually frames it. I want you to picture this. A man needs to fix a leaky roof. He sets up his ladder, straps on his tool belt, secures his harness, carries the roofing sheets, and climbs all the way up to the top. But once he's standing there, ready to work, he realizes something. He forgot his hammer, the one tool he absolutely needs to do the job. It's still sitting on the ground. So what does he have to do? Climb all the way back down, grab the hammer, and climb all the way back up again. Only then can he actually begin the work he came to do. Frustrating, right? But here's the truth most people never realize. That's exactly what happens when many people graduate. They climb out of school and straight onto the roof of the labor market, degree in hand, confidence high, ready to get to work. But once they're up there, they suddenly discover they're missing the tools they actually need to be effective, skills they never learned. Competencies no one ever taught them. Techniques, knowledge, and capabilities required to solve real problems, the ones companies actually hire for. And what happens next? They have to climb back down, take new courses, learn new tools, start from scratch, rebuild their skill set just to get back to the level they thought they were ready for. Education, in its purest form, is supposed to be your tool-gathering phase, not a finish line, not a certificate. Just the moment you collect the tools you'll need to solve the problems that matter. When you see it that way, everything starts to make sense. Here's a new way to think about education, one that most people never hear, but absolutely need. School is not the end. It's the staging ground, the training camp, the place where you prepare your toolkit for the real world. But here's the catch. It's not automatic. You don't sit through lectures, pass a few exams, and magically walk out with every tool you'll ever need. That's not how real learning works. That's not how real problems get solved. You have to actively collect tools, deliberately, intentionally, based on the problems you want to solve. Now let's break that down. Whether you're studying engineering, marketing, design, finance, or even literature, you're constantly being shown something important. Systems that break, patterns that fail, inefficiencies in how things are built, delivered, communicated, or understood. And that right there is gold. Because those aren't random observations. They're real-world problems hiding in plain sight. They're early glimpses into the challenges industries face every single day. And if you learn to spot these issues while you're still in school, while everyone else is just chasing grades or checking boxes, you gain a massive head start. You stop being a passive student and start becoming a problem observer, a pattern recognizer, a future problem solver in training. School isn't the finish line. It's where you gather your tools before the real building begins. School doesn't just expose you to problems. It also gives you your first glimpse of the tools that exist to solve them. Think about what you learn along the way. Formulas that explain how systems behave. Frameworks that help you organize complex ideas. Theories that reveal why things work or don't. Historical case studies that show what succeeded, what failed, and why. Technical methods that teach you how to analyze, build, measure, or create. These are all tools, real tools, valuable tools. But here's the big difference most people miss. School shows you what's in the toolbox. It lays everything out in front of you. The methods, the models, the approaches, the skills. But it's up to you to decide which tools you'll actually take with you. Not every skill will matter for the problems you want to solve. Not every method will match the impact you want to create. Not every theory will connect to the real world you're preparing to enter. Your job is to choose, to gather intentionally, to pick up the tools that match the problems you're preparing to solve. Because problem solvers don't rely on every tool, they rely on the right ones. There's a hidden risk in school that almost no one talks about, and it shows up the moment you finally step into the real world. If you're not intentional, if you don't pay attention to the tools you're collecting, you may graduate and realize something painful. You learn things no one actually pays for. You skip learning the things employers desperately want, and you don't have a single real-world project or portfolio piece you can point to with confidence. And here's the important part. This isn't your fault. Schools are designed to perfectly prepare you for the labor market. They're designed to expose you to knowledge, wide, broad, diverse, often abstract knowledge. Exposure is their job. Application is yours. It's your responsibility to convert that knowledge into skills, and then convert those skills into real value. Value someone would hire, trust, invest in, or rely on. When you understand this, education stops feeling like a checklist and starts becoming a toolbox you're actively filling with purpose. Let's return to the man on the roof for a moment, because this metaphor explains the entire logic of entering the labor market with confidence instead of confusion. To fix that leaky roof, he needs a few essential things. He needs a ladder. That's your access, your resume, your network, your introductions, your ability to get in the door. He needs a toolbox. Those are your core hard skills. The technical abilities you've learned, practiced, and can actually use. He needs a harness. That's your mindset, your resilience, your ability to stay steady under pressure. He needs the roofing sheets, the visible results you can deliver, your portfolio, your projects, your case studies, your proof of work. And of course, he needs the hammer, nails, and chisel, the specific problem-solving tools you've chosen to carry with you, the methods, frameworks, and techniques that help you make real progress. Now let's zoom out. The labor market is the roof, the problem is the leak, the solution is the repair. And your skills, the ones you intentionally collect and refine, are what you carry up the ladder to fix it. When you prepare before you climb, you don't waste time going back down. You arrive ready, equipped, capable, and that's exactly how you create value from day one.